We good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Be careful to get not too far away from each other.
Okay, cool.
But
That's too close.
Yeah, that's not.
80年代後半から90年代初頭というバブル時代の真っ只中、日本は世界屈指のスポーツカー、高級車、小型車、その他ニッチな自動車を生産していました。しかし1991年のバブル崩壊後、こういった車は二度と作られなくなりました。米国政府による規制のため25年という長い間、この車たちはアメリカで脚光を浴びる機会はありませんでした。しかし今、私たちはようやくこういった車がどんなものだったのか、一体誰のために作られたのかを紐解くことができます。それでは一緒にバブルカーの夢を見ましょうか。
Raph, these days when you buy a small car, it's basically a punishment.
Yes.
The car is going to be slow, it's going to be ugly, it's going to be cheap inside and out, it's going to be awful to drive. It's like the auto industry's way of saying, sorry you're poor, you don't deserve anything nice or good.
In the bubble era, Nissan had a different, and I think better idea in what was called the pike cars. Pike cars were a simple idea from Nissan. Take a normal economy car's parts, engine, chassis, everything mechanical, and stretch over them a new, stylish body and interior. Limited production, retro style. They only existed for a few years, with 4 models made, each with its own look. I think we should drive maybe 2 of them, maybe the first one and the last one, to see sort of what they're like and what they're so interesting. Also, how much progress you could make in just a few short years in the bubble era.
Makes sense. Yeah. Shall we get started?
Yeah, let's check it out. Oh, I love it again. The B1 is a small car, not even 12 feet long, but not sporty. Nissan pitched it as a coziness-oriented car with only 52 horsepower from a 1-liter carbureted 4-cylinder. But it's super light, only about 1,500 pounds. Super soft suspension, too. It was a hit, with its 10,000 unit production selling out almost instantly. Nissan had to run a lottery to dole them out, and second-hand cars skyrocket over double list price, dubbed the B1 phenomenon. Road Explorer 7.0!
We have a aftermarket Japanese GPS system in it.
Wow, I am fucking stunned.
I'm amazed this thing has like map data from the US, but it works.
This car wants to friggin' run. We were idling it $2,000.
Raph, why don't you tell the folks watching this what we're driving?
We're in possibly the cutest and most amazing car ever to have been produced.
Really?
The Nissan B-1.
This is where it all comes from.
This is the car that started the retro craze long before the retro craze was ever even a thing.
Meaning like the Volkswagen Beetle, the PT Cruiser, all this stuff, the Thunderbird, the stuff that came out in the 90s. You're the bubble era of Japan. They're coming out with these revolutionary new technologies and new designs.
And this is not exactly what you would think of as one of them, because it is a weedy 1-liter carbureted automatic hatchback.
The Nissan Pike, oh my God, we stalled. Shit, we stalled out an automatic car.
Yep. Park. All right.
Okay, great. That's gonna be
This will be a fun
that'll
time.
be something to watch. Is it? Do you think she's gonna stall out, or are we good? Do you think?
No, we're fine.
Starting in the 1980s, there were 4 cars, and they were all kind of put an emphasis on experimental design.
Yes.
And not just car design, but they were sort of drawing elements from Japanese industrial design at the time. And Nissan was like, let's take elements of those designs and apply them to cars, and apply the way they're marketed to cars too. And this is the first of them. This is the Nissan B-1, came out in 1987.
And these were actually fairly affordable cars. I think it was only like 10 grand to buy one, because under the skin, it's just a Nissan
Micro. What's interesting about this is, as cool as it looks, the underpinnings of it are very, very humble. It's an economy car, front-wheel drive, 1-liter engine, putting out only 52 horsepower, going to the front wheels. Like, this is an economy car. It's meant to be, parked places. It's meant to be driven, like, be great on gas.
As we bounce around on the road,
Yeah, the suspension is not what I would call luxuriant.
The transmission is one of the worst I've ever used. It's
Yeah.
a 3-speed automatic, which is normally fine on, let's say, like a muscle car. Like if I was driving
like a ton of torque to use.
a Dodge
it's fine.
Coronet, I'd be like, yeah, 3 speeds is all you need.
Yeah,
This
fine.
thing is a 1 liter with 52 horsepower.
But yeah.
And the transmission is somewhat recalcitrant to kick down, which you need. It's not that you want it, you need it to live. But everything else is exactly how I would want a tiny car to be. Everyone thinks that there are 2 kinds of small hatchbacks. You've got the boring ones that no one likes and hot hatchbacks. And this is an alternate idea of what if we had a comfy one and it's not sporty in any way. The seats are just seats.
Yeah, they're just
not
seats.
buckets
Yeah.
in any way.
They're comfortable, but like they're just very flat. You know?
My foot is flat to the floor.
And we are not going anywhere.
We are not going absolutely anywhere.
Yes, a semi is about to pass us on the left.
This car's gonna get blown around like nothing else.
Yeah.
Actually, oddly stable. We're doing 60 miles an hour in a Nissan Be-1, which
In the rain.
In the rain, which it was probably never designed to do in the slightest.
I feel like the riskiest driving I do at Jalopnik is always with you somehow, like the stupidest decisions I make. And this is one of the scarier moments, I'm not gonna lie. Because like, here.
Nope, this is an on-ramp.
Oh my Christ, where are you going?
Oop, the car's done.
I need you to like take it easy because like, pull over. I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine and I'm going to scare the absolute shit out of you in this car. Here we go, and we are
Like what is happening in this transmission? This is the same basic engine architecture that produced some of the wildest Nissan hot hatchbacks
yeah.
when it was supercharged and or turbocharged.
And this engine has neither of those things.
Neither of those things.
Yes. There we go, around a corner, going on a nice little curvy back road up here.
Took that corner at roughly half a mile an hour.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just kind of relaxed cruising at 60 kilometers an hour, and it's fine. You know, this car, it's you got to remember, it's meant to be a city car.
We're on
That's
12-inch wheels.
Yeah.
Like, this is meant to be a poodle around vehicle. I love that these cars are like 10 grand new, and they're like maybe 10 grand now.
Yeah.
They have not appreciated, they've not depreciated. But I think if we drive the Nissan Figaro,
Yeah.
which has a turbocharged engine,
Yes.
and it's a little bit more refined than this one, I think we'll come to see sort of, if you take this idea and you apply a little bit more modern technology, sort of how that can go from being a quirky oddball that
Yeah.
wackos like me like, into like a genuine, no-holds-barred classic.
Absolutely. Let's go check it out.
Boom!
Oh my God, we have leapt into like,
The modern age.
yes, the hot hatch era.
In 4 years. So this has gone from being naturally aspirated with an electronically controlled carburetor. We've got fuel injection. It's actually turbocharged. So instead of being nominally about 50 horsepower, we're into 70 odd, which is a huge difference.
This is, I mean, just obviously a vastly more high-tech engine. And I love it because this car is very elegant and pastel and very English. The Nissan Figaro, it takes the idea of the pike cars in a totally different direction. The style is very similar to a lot of compact European cars in the late 1950s and mid-1960s. It's almost like a Citroen or a Fiat or a baby Rolls-Royce rather than anything Japanese. It may be small, but it actually had a lot of premium features for a compact car, like ivory leather, a standard CD player, chrome details, and high-quality interior bits. Between the charming but abysmal B1 and this, I feel like British royalty all of a sudden. After their initial lives in Japan, thousands of these cars proved extremely popular as imports to Great Britain, where their Englishness and right-hand steering wheel make them fit in just fine. It is a very European-looking car, and what's interesting about it is like it is radically different inside and out than the B1 we drove, but internally it's not that different.
No. This is basically just a turbocharged version of that same engine.
Yeah.
So instead of having a 30-year-old electric carburetor, we have fuel injection and turbo, which means we have, I believe, a bristling 60-odd horsepower.
Yes.
But reliable, trustworthy horsepower. We'll do the left turn for this time, and we're driving a real car!
Oh yes, this is quite a bit more power than before. Oh yeah.
No, this is like another car's worth of power compared to the last one.
I will tell you just from the passenger seat, much smoother ride,
Oh.
much quieter ride, but obviously more power. Like you seem pretty chill. It doesn't seem like it's very, especially slow at
Look at
all.
how little I'm flop sweating in
Yeah,
comparison to the
compared to
B1.
other one. Yes, I'm not fearing for my life and ready to like reconsider like your employment at Jalopnik anymore. Like,
I should turn around because
Yeah,
you should drive this.
I wanna-
and
I really wanna
feel
drive it.
how shockingly different it is. Feel how
love
solid
that steering
everything
wheel.
feels.
Oh yeah, this is oof.
Give that bad boy a toot. Oh, fantastic.
Dude, this is night and day from the B1. Night and day. Compared to the B1, much more powerful right away. Forced induction does wonders for this engine. It's a lot smoother. The ride is really good. Yeah, this is
You can actually like enjoy driving it on this road.
Oh yeah, it's a really comfortable ride. Much more so than you think for a car this size.
It's super comfortable.
I love this super thin but like high quality plastic steering wheel. It's really lovely to hold.
Amazing.
The steering feel is good.
It feels so nice.
This is a better driver's car than I expected. It is.
I
yes.
totally get why people actually drive it.
No, totally. The gearbox, despite being an automatic and not having that many gears by modern standards,
Look at these turns.
it's very smooth and responsive. There's a lot more power than the other car we drove, the B1. Oh man.
Yeah, let's do the uphill test.
Oh yeah. Okay, not crazy fast, but like
It
I'm not
actually
really.
works?
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
not
a
works.
car?
I'm not really having a problem. I'm not worried for my life this time. Dude, I love this thing, and like, it's friggin' awesome to drive. It's delightful.
Yeah, I think you've become a more genteel human being.
I am. I'm a better person because I've driven a
George
Nissan Figaro.
Patrick.
Yes. OBE.
Yes.
So, Raph, what can we take away from these two marvelous machines of the 80s we drove today?
Okay, so the thing that's interesting about them not just is sort of how they are to drive and how they look, but also the idea of limited production, niche vehicles as a means of business. Was they thought that the age of mass production might be over. They had thought that you could only make money off of a car selling 10,000 units a month, 20,000 units a month. Now they're seeing something successful with only 10,000 units, period.
Yes.
They started thinking we could make money off of only selling maybe a production of 500 cars a month, or even less, 200 or 300. And the idea was that you would no longer even have a regular hatchback. You would only make niche cars for every single possible niche. And that it would not only improve sort of the auto industry, but people were talking about literally improving the world. It's just shocking that this was actually like a dream of the auto industry that's so much bigger than like anything that we've even seen now. Like, car aside, the vision of these cars was to reshape the whole auto industry.
Nowadays, if you're an automaker and you're going to make a limited production car with only 10,000 units, it's probably going to be like a really expensive supercar, something almost along the lines of like a Ford GT. Like, you know, you're going to make very few of them, but they're going to be really expensive, and that's how you make up the difference.
Yes.
The days of making only 10,000 examples of a cheap economy car, hatchback, long over. That is never going to happen again.
Look at Nissan. It is
Yeah.
definitely not going to do that anymore.
And while you might make weird cars, it's never going to be as extremely bespoke in inside and out as Figaro was. That is just not going to happen.
That's the thing that gets me about the bubble era. It's not just the cars, it's an ambition the likes of which that we'll maybe never see again.
Sad. I got a Ford Fiesta coming up my ass and the dump truck's ass, and we're blocking 2 lanes of traffic. I'm so sorry, rural Virginia. Come on.